On demand.
Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts and Vincent Limited.
Pick your daily reward from the Quartz Ready Cash Money Tree. Every customer is a winner with every loan of $3,000 or more from Quartz Ready Cash. Plus, you get to enter to win a weekend for two at Sandals. No deposit, no collateral needed. All you need is your ID, proof of address, pay slips, job letter, and 2 references. Visit your nearest Quartz or Ready Cash location today or apply online at www.quartz.com. Get more for 2024 with Quartz Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts and Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, the Taiwanese Simply Help Foundation, in partnership with another non-profit charity organization in Taiwan, donated 1 40-foot container and 2 20-foot containers to the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The containers include 1,000 boxes of essentials, 482 rolls of fabric, tables and chairs, working uniforms, new clothes, as well as sporting equipment. The distribution of the materials is being done through the Ministry of National Mobilization. Speaking at the handing over ceremony in Georgetown on Tuesday, Ambassador of the Republic of China on Taiwan, Her Excellency Fiona Fan, said the complete donation amounts to $207,000, and she was grateful to be partnering with the Ministry of National Mobilization on the project. The ambassador also used the opportunity to encourage eligible students to take advantage of the scholarships to Taiwan, both undergraduate and postgraduate opportunities. Ambassador Fan also stressed Taiwan's commitment to strengthening close ties with the government and people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves has provided an update on the fire tender at the J.F. Mitchell Airport located in Bequia. Prime Minister Gonsalves, speaking on WEFM's Issue at Hand program on Sunday, said that the vehicle is now operational and apologized to those that would have been inconvenienced by the issue. We hear more from the Prime Minister.
I want also to say that the problem which has arisen in relation to the Bequia, the James Mitchell Airport, with the fire tender, that the fire tender is back up and running as from this morning at 9:30. And I really apologize for the inconvenience, particularly for persons who are wanting to leave from the Bequia Beach Hotel. But their guests got out on the Bequia, the aircraft.
That was the Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves speaking on WEFM's Issue at Hand program. The Prime Minister noted that in the 2024 budget, there is a total of $1.6 million allocated for new fire tenders for Bequia and Union Island airports. Still on the local scene, owners and operators of cement mixer trucks are being warned not to overload these vehicles due to the risk this practice may bring. Police Constable 1040 Hunt of the Traffic Department of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, while speaking on WEFM's Traffic Talk segment, called for an immediate stop to the practice, warning that there are legal consequences for not heeding this advice. We hear more from PC 1040 Hunt.
We have observed that the cement mixer truck, they are filling up these trucks over its limit, and as these trucks are traversing on the road, cement is leaking out at the end of the trucks. This is a very dangerous practice, as it can cause accident, which can end up in a fatality or persons injuring themselves. This act of lawlessness must stop.
PC 1040 Hunt said that any person that fails to ensure that the material they are transporting is properly secured is guilty of an offense under the Litter Act.
According to the Litter Act, Section 6 of Section 1, it says any person who transport in or on a motor vehicle or trailer along any motorway, road, street, alley, landmark, or thoroughfare, any substance or material which is likely to fall off or blow off the motor vehicle or trailer because while being so transported, it is either not sufficiently well secured or not securely covered is guilty of an offense under the Litter Act.
That was Police Constable 1040 Hunt speaking during WEFM's Traffic Talk segment. PC 1040 Hunt advised owners and operators of cement mixer trucks as well as any truck transporting material to ensure that the material is well secured and covered before transporting, as it is very dangerous to not do so, warning that the traffic department will be clamping down on those who fail to do so. On to news in the region. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, the TTPS, has hailed Juve 2024 a success. Gold Commander for Carnival 2024 ACP Kelvin Thompson provided an update following the conclusion of Juve celebrations on Monday. He said, consistent with the projections of our various commanders, the event has been a success. Commander Thompson said while there were minor incidents and minor crimes committed, there was a strong presence of regular municipal transit officers, traffic wardens, and their major stakeholder in security, the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force. ACP Thompson added that patrols and CCTV-led surveillance identified known persons of interest, and officers were able to deter them from committing further arrestable offenses. He said that this has been a result of their collaboration, which include their masqueraders, who have been very cooperative. The Gold Commander for Carnival 2024 added a number of weapons were seized and people arrested. Guyana has called for a targeted and bold approach in addressing the impact of conflict on food and climate security as the world grapples to deal with their effects. Guyana's President Dr. Irfan Ali, addressing a United Nations Security Council UNSC open debate on the impact of climate change and food insecurity on the maintenance of international peace and security, identified several global occurrences that demonstrate the debilitating impacts of conflict on food security and climate change. President Ali said another pertinent effect is the loss of agricultural land due to war, telling the UNSC that as these lands are taken out of production, many small and medium-sized farmers are left on the breadline. He said that the impact of the war in Ukraine underscored his concern. Guyana's president said during the first 35 days of the war between Israel and Gaza, emissions amounting to approximately 60.3 million tons of carbon equivalent were discharged, with analysts projecting a significant uptick in total emissions to alarming levels should the conflict continue. On the international scene, the U.S. House of Representatives has narrowly voted to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, making him the first cabinet member to face impeachment in nearly 150 years. Many Republicans blame Mr. Mayorkas for an unprecedented influx of migrants at the U.S.-Mexico border. The Republican-led chamber voted 214 to 213 for the measure, after the first attempt failed last week. According to the BBC, the issue now heads to the Democratic-led Senate, where it is likely to fail. President Joe Biden on Tuesday called the vote a blatant act of unconstitutional partisanship and a political stunt. Opponents of Mr. Mayorkas accused him of not living up to his oath to well and faithfully discharge the duties of his office by failing to do more to secure the border. The vote was largely divided along party lines, with 210 Democrats voting against the impeachment, along with 3 Republican representatives. Finally, in sports, England has picked 2 seamers for the first time in the series against India, with Mark Wood recalled for the 3rd test in Rajkot. Wood replaces off-spinner Shoaib Bashir in the only charge from the side beaten in the 2nd test in Visakhapatnam. Leg spinner Rehan Ahmed plays after visa issues on his return to India following England's break in Abu Dhabi. Captain Ben Stokes will play his 100th test, the 16th England man to reach the milestone. England played in one of the two previous tests on this ground, a high-scoring draw on their tour in 2016. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 o'clock for WEFM's 3 p.m. news. WEFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Quartz St. Vincent Limited.
Save up to 30% store-wide. Now that's unbeatable value you will love. Find it only at Quartz. We've got the best range in appliances, electronics, furniture, and so much more. With the best quality and the best prices. Now that's a match you'll love. Get it today with no cash and pay over time. Only at Quartz. Bringing value home.